Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Archiju. I hope everybody is fine and doing well. Recently, I had a request about sharing information on electrical distribution systems. That is how electricity has been supplied to houses and what is the journey of electricity right from its generation to your house. So, in today's video, I am trying to explain it. I hope it will give basic information. If you want more information, you can write me in comment section. I will try my best to cover it in next video. So, what are you waiting for? Let's buckle up for today's exciting session. Electricity distribution system. Well, now the electricity distribution system is basically divided into two systems. That is, first one is primary distribution system. We can say that in primary distribution system, it is basically a distribution system where electricity from the main power station, from the main source, that is having very higher electrical voltage current, that is 11 kilovolt and 33 kilovolt probably. These are supplied directly to the industries and heavy workshops. This is called primary distribution system. As you can see in the image, this is probably your regional transformer with carrying very high voltages and which is directly supplied to nearby industries. Secondary distribution system, and secondary distribution system is basically electricity distribution system where electrical current of low voltages, say for example 440 volt and 230 volt has been, which is most commonly used for domestic and residential purposes, are being distributed. Now here you can see basically it is transmitted from your nearby feeder or distribution panel which is in vicinity of your site, and you can see now it is being distributed to a surrounding locality or group of houses. Now the primary distribution system and secondary distribution system we are going to study in detail. So let's start. Primary distribution system. Now here we can see primary distribution system is again further achieved by various means, like for example radial distribution system, ring distribution system, spike distribution system, spindle distribution system, network distribution system, and selective distribution system. Now we are going to study each in detail. Let's start with radial distribution system. Now here you can see there is a regional transformer which having high voltage line. Say for example this is a 11 kilovolt transformer with a very high voltage, and then this is connected with your local transformer which is also called a feeder pillar or nearby feeder pillar, which is having an electrical current of 2 to 4 kilovolt. Now you can see the electricity has been reduced from 11 kilovolt to 2 to 4 kilovolt, and then that transformer, that is feeder pillar, is been connected to individual houses or a group of houses or a nearby locality or a surrounding society. And then you can see here this transformer is again connected with another transformer which is again catering a group of houses, and the same system goes on. Again it is connected with a transformer and it is a group of, connected again with a group of houses. So this basically is called radial distribution system. Basically it means that it is radiating from main transformer, then it is radiating in this manner. So this is what, that's why it's called a radial distribution system. Now second type as ring distribution system. Now here a regional transformer with a high tension line is connected with a nearby transformer which is of low voltages, say for example 2 to 4 kilovolt voltages, which is again connected with group of houses. The same transformer is again connected with second transformer with which caters electrical supply for nearby group of houses, or maybe say for example a sectors or cluster. Again it is connected with third transformer with number of houses or group of sectors, and it is goes on, plus it is connected to main transformer at some point. So basically this is, we are talking about a very large area, for example surrounding your city, periphery of your city or a periphery of a very large area. So this is called a ring distribution system. Then spike distribution system. A transformer with a high tension line is connected with your local transformer or a feeder pillar, Then that feeder pillar is connected to group of houses. Again that feeder pillar continues to get connected with next feeder pillar with again a group of houses, and the same system goes on. But here interesting part is that extra line is connected, that is extra line has been provided for alternative or additional electrical supply, which is further connected to the transformer. So that if for example if this because all the transformer were connected in a series, say for example if this transformer first transformer has some default or has or because of overload or because of maintenance it need to shut down, so it will not carry forwarded the electricity to another transformer because these all are connected to series. So in that case immediately it is been shifted to alternative power supply, so that these all transformers can get uninterrupted power supply where you can carry out the maintenance work for this transformer. So this is called spike distribution system. Now spindle distribution system, here you can see a regional transformer with a high tension line is connected with your local transformer, that is a feeder pillar, and then it is connected with group of houses. Again it is connected with another transformer with a group of houses. So we can see basically it's a more or less like a radial system where all these transformers were connected in a series, except now here you can see there is alternative transformer, that is additional transformer has been provided, and now this additional transformer is connected to that individual transformer, so that now your transformer have a choice, a selective choice, that whether to go for electricity provider number A or electricity provider number B. So this is called spindle system. Now grid system. Now here you can see in grid system, high tension line, a transformer is been connected to your local transformer, and then local transformer is connected to number of houses. But the interesting thing here is that now this is we are talking about a really large area, say for example a city. Then for another city or another group of sectors or another area, again providing a small substation transformer, and from that transformer it is connected to a smaller transformer which is 2 to 4 kilovolt, and then it is connected to group of houses. Now you can see here for every local transformer you are having a regional transformer. So this is called grid system, which is most commonly used. And then we can see last one is selective system. Now in selective system we can see that regional transformer is connected to local transformer and then to the nearby houses, and again it is connected to another transformer with nearby houses, and the same system goes on like what we studied in radial system, except that there is alternative source of transformer. And now this transformer number 1, here you can see this transformer number 1 or the first transformer now get choice to select to get connected. If transformer number A fails, immediately the power supply has been shifted to transformer number B to get uninterrupted power supply. So this is called selective system. Now we are moving to secondary distribution system. Secondary distribution system again divided into single rising main, horizontal supply, individual floor supply, ring main supply, double feed supply, and group supply. Now we are going to study in detail single rising main system. Now here you can see is a building. Now yellow part you can see is a electrical duct or maybe a service core duct, what you can design in your plant. So this is your particularly we are talking in this section. Now say for example this building is of say 7th floor building, 7 story building, and the ground floor you can use it as a ground floor or a service floor or maybe a still floor as a parking. Now here comes your side transformer. So now if you can see this side transformer is connected with all the floors. Now you can see here with a red line. So now side transformer is connected with a single line, single red line, and then all these lines were connected to individual floors. So that means from a single line, whatever may be the number of floors you are having, say for example you are dealing with a G plus 25 floors. Now for G plus 25 floors you are having a single line which goes up from ground floor to 25th floor. That's why it is called single rising main. Second is group supply. Now if the building height increases further, say for example G plus 50 story, now in that case we are going to divide it into zones. Say for example here, if you can see, it is divided into zone. Now the red one is zone number 1, that is G plus 1 2 3 4 floors, and zone number 2, blue zone, you can see here, for the upper floor. So it is basically divided into two zones. And now here you can see for zone number A, red zone is connected with a line which is a different supply, and you can see here blue zone is connected with a blue line which is of different supply. So both the zones has both the cables, so that if there is anything happens with zone number A, zone number B can have uninterrupted power supply. So this is also most commonly used method nowadays. Now we can see individual floor supply. Now in individual floor supply, you can see here transformer and electricity can be fetched from the transformer. There is a single line for, say for example, first floor. If you can see, you can easily distinguish because of the color coding. Now second floor has separate line, third floor has separate line, fourth floor has their separate line, and so on. So here you can see all the floors have their own individual lines. This is called individual floor supply. The drawback of that is that there are a lot of cables. Say for example, if you are talking about G plus 25 story building, you need to deal with 25 number of cables, so it's really a mess. So this system is not generally used, and which is not convenient from maintenance point of view also, and from cost effective point of view also. Ring supply, here you can see in ring supply the transformer line which is connected in a loop format. Now here you can see there is a switch provided at the top, and then all the floors were connected as what we studied in single rising main. Now here you can see it is more or less like a single rising main, except it has two vertical lines. That means it has two rising mains. So what will happen in this case, if there is a fault in one cable, you can immediately switch on this. Of course it's all automatically done, so that electrical supply can be provided from this line. So this is called a ring supply. And now this last one is, we can see here, double feed supply. Double feed supply, that means you can see it's more or less like a ring supply, except it has a standby transformer. So your site is actually having two transformers. Now you are having a choice or option. If a transformer number A or one transformer has or needs some kind of maintenance, you can immediately switch on to another or alternative transformer. So this is called as double feed supply. That's all. I hope you understood the electrical supply for smaller townships or cities. So I hope you understood today's lecture. So if you have any doubt, you can just write to me in comment. Thank you very much.